Hello everyone, we are Group 30. Today we are going to talk about Australian outdoors. These are our team members.
Now we'll talk about the exclusive summary. First, we'll talk about organizational context. Australian Outdoors is a leading retailer in the outdoor adventure sector. Recently, the company has experienced a decline in productivity, increased customer complaints, and lower employee engagement, leading to a measurable drop in the market share. Then we'll talk about the purpose of the analysis. This report investigates in underlying causes of these challenges using people analytics. This analysis focuses on the relationship between job satisfaction, service dependability, and staff training to identify actionable insights. Then is the data and methodology. The fourth one is key insights and predictions. And then is stakeholder implementations. Then we'll come to the conclusion. This analysis supports a data-driven approach to addressing core business challenges. The findings make a strong case for investing in continuous learning, transparent performance frameworks, and cross-departmental collaboration. These actions are essential for restoring service quality, enhancing workforce morale, and regaining competitive advantage.
I will present the exclusive summary of our team project on Australian outdoors. This is a main company in the outdoor adventure retail sector. However, recently they have been facing some serious challenges. Productivity is down, customer complaints are increasing, and employees are not engaged. These issues have caused the company to lose some of its market share. So our team used people analytics to try to understand what is going wrong. We mainly focus on job satisfaction, service dependability, and training data. To find out what caused these problems, we use different types of data. We analyze employee satisfaction survey and compare them with how many training hours staff receives. We also look at the service quality and what customers were saying. For this, we use regression and correlation methods and create some dashboards to show the results clearly. This mixed method approach helps us understand the full picture of what was happening in the company. Based on the analysis, we made three key predictions. First, if the company improves how engaged employees feel, their productivity will increase. Second, if they improve training programs, customer service will improve. Third, if they clearly explain performance goals, staff will trust leadership more and work better together. These predictions are based on the data and are important for planning next steps in the company. Our analysis shows that better training and clear goals can boost employee satisfaction and performance. HR would improve how they gather feedback and keep staff engaged. Managers need to focus on training, customer service, and exclusive must be lead by example with clear communication and fair rewards. All departments must work together to make this happen. Making people analytics a long-term strategy will help solve current issues and improve morale, customer satisfaction, and business outcomes. Now let's look at the detailed findings from the team.
To understand the ground problems of Australian outdoors, we need to have a deeper analysis using data that will help us understand why Australian outdoors are having these issues and what are the root causes. To understand those, we have analyzed three relationships across different factors in Australian outdoors with the data we have. First one is, as you can see on the screen, would be job satisfaction and customer complaints. The second one would be the productivity and complaints versus market share. And the last one would be engagement and job satisfaction. All these three factors give us different insights, but we have come up to different conclusions where and when how it affects. So let's see how that goes. As we walk through the first analysis between job satisfaction and the customer complaints across different departments, we see a clear negative correlation between these two factors. So, which indicates that employees' morale is directly related to um, customer service, which is clearly affecting the quality of the service. When people feel unsupported or disengaged, it directly reflects on how they interact with customers and how they feel motivated in the organization. So, as one of our qualitative data, our survey has recorded that our employees do feel a disconnect between what's the company's promises and what it actually delivers. So it really hard to keep them motivated. So this insight and this study between these two factors really shows uh, why there is in high complaints and why there is a very less number of job satisfaction. So backed up with the research, it also shows that like job satisfaction does play a significant role in employee commitment and performance. So this is one of the main factors that Austin Outdoors is facing. Moving on to the next analysis. This analysis is interesting because we are linking three different factors, that is average of productivity and average of customer satisfaction and market share. They do seem like they're not related, but they're indeed very much related in this aspect. As you can see in the line graph, we can see that the productivity hits its lowest when the market share is also at its lowest, that is 0.20. At the same time, if you see that customer satisfaction is at its lowest when the market share is also at its lowest, and the customer complaints are raised at the lowest share. So this gives a very interesting factor to observe that they're not just HR problems, but they are business problems. So the internal issues are directly affecting the company's competitive position. There is also the research suggests that service oriented HR systems significantly influence overall firm performance. So, this is like a direct example that we may not see any correlation, but there is definitely something we need to analyze and work with. And Austin Outdoors definitely needs to put its mind into it and performs and bridge these gaps first. Moving on to our final analysis, where we explore the relation between employee engagement and job satisfaction across the department. So, this chart reveals a strong positive correlation between engagement and job satisfaction. For example, let's take seasonal and clearance department, where we have highest engagement and also highest job satisfaction when compared to the other departments, where comparatively both of them are less. Which what this tells is that this engagement is a driver for morale for employees. If people feel that they're heard and supported and they're part of something meaningful, they are more likely to satisfied with their jobs. So according to the research, the employee engagement also strengthens the emotional bond between employees and the organization, which will eventually lead to higher satisfaction and long-term productivity and also commitment to the organization. So, we also found that ethical work environments and emotional support system significantly predict the engagement levels. So, this analysis really gives the understanding on what employees might be seeking and what should we focus on making their job better and make them engage better, and also have them have them a very good satisfactory job. So, this is something Australian Outdoors needs to focus.
So moving on, based on analysis, we focus three major risks if disengagement and dissatisfaction persist. So firstly, that's a significantly higher staff turnover rate, and research confirms that disengaged employees are several times more likely to consider leaving. Second prediction is that there will be a poorer customer experience. As highlighted by research, disengaged frontline staff, they're responsible for more service complaints due to low morale and poor emotional regulation. Then, the third prediction is that there can be a further loss of market share. So, as demonstrated by research as well, low productivity and high complaints. directly correlate with reduced competitiveness. So these predictions highlight why employee experience must be at the center of any turnaround strategy, and this is important for Australian outdoors as well. Um, so moving on to the next slide, I'll be discussing some targeted recommendations that we have created for Australian outdoors. So, to discuss these challenges, our first recommendation would be to redesign jobs in low performing departments. So, our data showed a clear link between low satisfaction and high customer complaints. So, we suggest conducting job diagnostic surveys and tasks audits to identify areas where roles can be made more meaningful by improving autonomy, task variety, or significance. And this is backed up by research. So the research that we performed found that job redesign significantly boosts satisfaction and performance. So this is just not a cosmetic fix, it's a proven intervention to enhance employee experience by extension and service delivery. And secondly, we propose introducing team based incentives in middle performing business units. Our data identified that departments with mid level market share performed poorly across productivity, satisfaction, and customer outcomes. So, therefore, group based rewards can foster accountability, collaboration, and peer support. And our research also supported this idea where authors have suggested that team incentives enhance cooperation, especially in underperforming and complex groups. So, when teams work towards shared goals, they're more likely to lift each other and drive collective performance. And our third intervention focuses on leveraging AI tools to monitor employee sentiment in real time. So, we noted a disconnect between employee dissatisfaction and slow organizational response. Delayed feedback loops lead to unresolved frustrations and misread flags. So, research here also suggested that organizations can track emotional hotspots like anxiety or boredom via power dashboards or micropulse surveys. These tools allow HR to intervene proactively and foster a culture of listening rather than just waiting for annual reviews to flag problems. For our research, just to conclude our presentation on Australian outdoors. So, in conclusion, People Analytics project helped Australian Outdoors identify how internal workforce dynamics are impacting its external performance. We found strong negative correlations between job satisfaction and customer complaints, and positive correlations between uh, engagement and satisfaction. So, in other words, happy employees means happy customers, and unhappy ones are hurting the brand. So, this is just to put it very simply. And using tools like Power BI and thematic analysis, we uncovered specific areas where satisfaction was low and complaints were high. So we translated this into actionable strategies, job such as job redesign, team-based incentives, and real-time sentiment analysis. Each each of these recommendations were backed up through peer-reviewed research. So ultimately, this project that we've done on Australian outdoors illustrates how a data-driven HR approach can empower Australian outdoors to reverse declining trends, retain its top talent, and rebuild its customer trust. And these three were the exact issues that Australian outdoors was facing. So, by following these strategies, it can restore its place as a competitive and employee-friendly market leader. And we hope that you enjoyed listening to this presentation and you enjoyed our insights as well as our recommendations. Thank you for listening.